All right, I'm going to do a little cleanup first, but we're going to unbox a couple of 288s, or at least what I think are 288s, from our very own illustrious subscriber, Bandmill Bob. So, this is a commissioned job, and I have an idea of what I'm getting into here. And I also have an idea that this is right up my alley. But this is not going to be easy or cheap. And if it's easy, then it really wasn't cheap. You know? So that's that type of thing. All right, a couple people here. I'm going to bring you up on my phone here. That way I can see comments. This phone is a little low on battery, but hopefully it'll make a little while. So, got a few people here. Who's here? For those people that are new around here, you're welcome to chime in with comments and whatnot. I'm live a little bit early because the mail came early, you know. And I'm gonna do a little bit of cleanup here, and then we'll open stuff up. Hey, Norm. Yeah, no problem. Put some stuff away. You know, I need to. Oh, these are heavy, but I don't know what's in the box. This box. I kind of need a box to throw stuff into. Ooh. Priority mailbag. I love those. I love those. Because I need some place to put all this packing material. And I'm buried in packing material. So right now we're just hanging out for a few minutes waiting for a couple other people to show up, and we'll do the unboxing. Hey Bob, there he is. Well, it's heavy. The box is heavy. I'll say that. Don't know what's in it yet. We'll find out, huh? Sorry, I'm just getting these packing peanuts out of the way, and then we're gonna. Because I need. The thing is, I need 3 hands. 4 hands. I love it when bags love to fold up instead of opening up. Most of them in the box. Mostly. So that goes over there. Peanuts there. Okay, Bob's box. Let's see what we find. Hang on. Knife. Okay. Hey, Norm. Gotta run. I'm on the work. Yeah, go back to it, Norm. Yeah, you're welcome. I'm on the mill with wife Nancy with 24-inch cherry. can you give us all a shout out before we go back to milling? Go back to milling, guys. Enjoy your milling and enjoy your cherry. I'm just gonna. Oh, there's a dog. Let's see right off of that. Looks like a 288 dog to me. Okay, double boxed here. Oh, God. This box will actually help a lot, and also means I didn't have to open the other box. Great. Oh. Ah, yeah. Yep. These look about right. There's one. And there's two. Yee. Okay. I just burned this box. Get rid of it. Okay. Well, Bob, I would say both these top covers are significantly cracked. So right off the bat, do you want me to try to like, because this one looks like it's really cooked. This one with the cracks, I can possibly push it back. We can make a beater. Hey, James. So I know that you want a beater saw and one that's a little bit on the nice side. So could definitely consider that. So let's pull that apart. Nice. Where's my... Jay Kelso, big fan. Oh, thank you. But I tell people, don't binge watch me. Too boring. Alright, well that's cooked. Okay, so we're going to go through this. You unknowingly helped me with Fort Public Rancher. You're very welcome. You're alive, Larry? Good. Hey, Nikki. Yeah, these just showed up in the mail. So the mailman came a little bit early today. Before the virus and all that stuff, the mail was coming like 5:30. Now it's much earlier. So what I need to do, what I really desperately need to do here, is keep track of all the parts that I actually need. So what I think I'm gonna do, and Larry, if I need parts, I'll let you know. But I think I'm gonna address this top cover here by just fixing it because Bob wants kind of a beater, and a nicer one. So let's keep track of things here as we take stuff off. So we need top handles. X2 and screws. We need top cover, X1. Yeah, I think we can do top cover. I think this top cover I can make work, and he wants a new one on the other, so I'll make that work. Yeah, I think I can put that in the ultrasonic, get it cleaned up. And this crack here, I can probably heat seal that and have a much more solid cover. So that'll be fine for a beater saw. Okay. Oh, that's nice. They actually have the heat shields. That's good. This one, obviously, the decompression valve doesn't work, so let's pull that out. If I can get it. I would not trust that one. Goodbye. That one I think I can ultrasonic. So top cover, one. We need clutch cover, X2. Probably from mud daubers or something. AM clutches, X2. And drum. Probably one. And what do we do next? Air filters? Bet I can clean these and make these okay. Would be nice maybe to have a new one. This one will clean up. It's a nylon filter. That'll clean up fine. Like one nice saw. I really don't even need air filters. Why are you not coming out with a gasket? Gasket's not ripped, which is always nice. Somebody was building a nest in here. A box of stuff to go in the ultrasonic. Put that there. And just to make room, this bolt is useless. No bolt there. This bolt is old, but okay. It is a captured bolt, theoretically. So again, we're going to throw this away. There. I have plenty of top cover bolts, so I'm not worried about that. Hey, Roadrunner. A lot of the lines look like they're intact, which is always nice. They're just dirty, you know? So this one, this stud unscrewed from there. So I have to recover that stud. Lovely. How about a couple of short M5 nuts? It's always these little things end up like taking friggin' forever. Okay, we're gonna double nut it because these studs are not cheap. I think I'll hold the inner nut here. Unscrew and see what happens. Yep, I gotta tighten this just a little bit better. So now I've got it double nutted. Hopefully we can pull the stud out. Yep. Here's the stud out of the air filter. Something else goes in the ultrasonic. Now I can undo the two double nuts here. So even these little studs, not cheap. I should have kept the double nut. And by the way, so in order to, actually, you need to double nut the other side anyway, so it's fine. But these nuts here are actually specific, oddly enough, to the roller chain catchers, the Chinese roller chain catchers. And I pull these off the chain catchers and use regular M5 nuts for this reason. Sometimes I like these little M5 nuts. And now you can take and just screw that stud down. Okay. Again, reverse your double nut, pull them both off. Little tricks. Because that stud, if you can order the studs, they're not cheap, but you can order them. Okay, so see, this tank is all tweaked here. It'd be nice to know if I could get it back to, if it's not cracked, to get it back to okay, you know? Pull the mufflers next. Yes. Pull the mufflers next. That is not the right screw for that. It's M5, but this is a proprietary starter cover screw. Does not belong there. Hey, Jason. Hey, Steve. Yeah. This is a good one to catch. This is Bandmill Bob's 288s. Oh, one other thing I see here. Chain catchers. I need chain catchers. X2. These are anterior case bolts. A little beat up, but they should still work fine. We're missing an exhaust bolt here. Looks like. Both of them there. Both of them are here, so let's do exhaust bolts X2. We're going to get new. Jason Scott, you have some nice tools in the Good. You like them? The world's gone for a dump worse than the depression. Yeah. Hey, James, if you're listening, can you do me a favor? 90 millimeter M6. Can you write that down somewhere? I write it down too, but 90 millimeter M6. Those are exhaust bolts for 288. Thank you. So I have to ask I have to ask Bob what he wants to do with the mufflers. If you want to just open up some aftermarket mufflers like I usually do, we could have a good time. Still don't have any welding gas, but I guess we'll get to that eventually. Hey, Ellie. Alright, so let's look at this one. Piston looks worn, but not scored. Not scored there. Get some of this stuff out of the way. Keep accumulating things on my bench. Let's do starter covers next. Great, this one's only got 2. One of the things about these starter covers is that these do not have captured bolts. So it does kind of get annoying. HL Supply sent you out. Great. Actually, I wanted to get these up and going here because I know that I've got I got to put an HL Supply order in. What happened to the other electric line here? I'm willing to bet I can cobble together electric lines for one. So let me get some fresh lines for the new one. Fresh wires. This starter's pretty intact. I would actually use this for the beater. So I need to throw that in the ultrasonic. Clean that up. I think this is dirty. What do you guys think, really? Jeez. Dirty. That's okay. Just gotta clean it. Maybe some fresh gas caps. A Mint 61 for $125. Yeah. Does it have it? Is it single coil or dual coil? Silly thing. Come on. I'll throw that in the ultrasonic, see what happens. Definitely need a new starter switch. On the fresh one. These. So this coil is kind of the expensive part, the blue one. Because it's 2.5 millimeter, not 3. There's one. Two. Good. Dual makes it harder to convert, yes. And supposedly just simply not worth it. So the more desirable 61s would be the single coil. I'm sure there's a lot of people that want to vaccinate everyone. It's a pretty hot topic right now, that's for sure. Clean that up. Hey, Stanley. Oh. That might be why it stopped running. Because the gas thing came out of the carburetor. Do I pull that first? Pull the carburetor first, or just pull the head off? Probably just pull the head off. Oh, here, let's 3 millimeter. Let's do this one. I've got my 3 millimeter. So these blue exciter coils, or whatever they are, these are the hot ticket. And if this is okay, if these are okay, great. Because those are pretty pricey. Definitely need fresh fuel lines. Starter switch. While I'm in here. Fresh fuel lines. Went over to a new workshop. Nice. Great. How big? You get like a building they're just going to come and drop on the property, basically? want to pull out the spark plugs. Here it is. 1216 double doors, no windows. Okay. Goodbye. Well, we know why this one wouldn't run. The plug's closed. Like, smoosh. Simple stuff, people. Simple stuff. $2,500, yeah. Anyone else been able to keep working throughout? Not me. Not me. I'm laid off. There's the possibility of me going back, I think, but I think we're gonna be so jammed when we get back that I'm gonna have to be invited back, but you never know there. You know what? I want to pull off the clutch, so let's put this back temporarily. And we'll do my nylon rope here. Take a 19mm socket. Now I've got the piston stop. Hit the clutch. We got lucky, it came off. So this clutch, let's see, is this something I can use for the beater? Probably. So I think we'll try to use this for the beater saw. Bob, you have to use grease on these. Ugh. Looks intact, but you need grease, man. Gotta grease them once in a while. Right, enough room for a big screen. Yeah. It's an 8-pin rim. Nearly new. Nice. Clean that off in the ultrasonic. Don't forget the washer. Looks good. Now, the dumb thing is this seal in here might be fine. But there's a little bit of rash on here, but in general, this is a pretty nice case half. You know, use it. No work, not good here in Canada. Yeah. I don't know why I'm working on this stuff right now, but it's fine, you know. This comes right out. That bearing is gunked. No play, but she is gunked. It is black. Yikes. And the seal is hard. I mean, that rubber is hard. So, yep. Best to replace that. New seals. For sure. Remember, at this point, I'm not really worried about getting stuff in the bearings because I know I'm going to split it. Already know. That looks fine. I'll reuse that. Let's take out the AV mounts here, see how they are. Spring AV. Aha, so no AV on the front. Probably because the large spring was used. A lot of, at least my understanding, is that the 288s didn't actually have front AV installed because they had the big spring mount in the front. Oh, come on. I don't think I'm going to get it. I think I'm going to have to. Yeah, I might as well use my easy out. Keep meeting for some reason. So these screw removers are really nice. They're called speed outs or easy outs, whatever you want to call them. Come on. Now the drill's being a pain. I'm not holding. That's okay. I'll get something to hold. Will hold you. Else. Got it. Pretty dang satisfying to get those, I'll tell you what. I think that's the wrong screw anyway. The actual AV mount screws are shorter than that on these. But whatever. In the can. Goodbye. I have more of those screws, so I'm not even worried about writing it down. Well, that's there must be a nut on the underside, so I'll get that later when we take the tank off. Just to give it some room, you should take the washer off of here. Hit it with the PB Blaster. Put the nut back on fairly flush. Gotta get the pawls out of the way. They're just they're just 4mm M5. So 4mm head. So you might as well take them off, put them out of the way. Oh God, come on. How did that print? It's that tight, that's why. Lift it up. And this one's going to be stubborn. Probably gonna need a new nut, which I have, so don't worry about it. I'm just gonna can that. Don't lose your Woodruff key. While it's on its side, let's do these AV mount screws. A little bit of a case crack here, but I don't think that's going to be too much of a concern. Moves now. this thing's still holding on to a couple of nuts here. So is that 10 millimeter? No, there's our tank. Vent seems to be intact. It's an intact tank. I don't know if I'd throw it out. This also tends to be one of those pieces that you really replace. The bellows. Bellows X2. Handle inserts. This one's nice because this one is not a proprietary line. So if I can get this tank back to good, that would be great. So this needs a pin and an operator presence lever. And then it'd probably be good. Yeah, pullers are great for flywheels. Actually, probably the best puller would be something that attaches to where the flywheel pawls were. I know, everybody complains that I don't have one. I don't have one. But probably would be better to have one. Nice rubber piece, and they both have them. That's good. Don't have to worry about that. Alright, so let's see if we can get the top. I'm going to pop the top here. Two head bolts. And let's go for it here. Squish now. Got it. That's three. Truth is, I can't get to that one. got it. Okay. Also have to release back here. This looks like it's 4 millimeter. This one has a washer associated with it, just for the air horn, that's all. This one's a perfectly good head. So it'd be really nice here. This point is that, how about a new carburetor? This one actually, it looks like it has a limited carburetor. Carb X2. So 2 carburetors. It's hard. Goodbye. Nice head, though. What happened, guys? What happened? Try to knock the lobes here. And see what exactly is binding us up. Something's bound up. Main bearing on the crank is fine. So something's bound up somewhere. Whatever, we'll fix it. We're back. Are you guys good? Can you hear me? Are we good? So let's go back. Actually, let's pull the piston off. We should be back. Yeah, good. Okay. OEM clips, always nice to save. I'm just going to pull both of these out. These are the clip pliers. accumulating stuff on my desk. Stop accumulating. We're good? Good. Okay. Yeah. Oh, that's the dog there, but we need at least a new inner dog. There's one. Back, I'll need it in a minute, but right now, this, I'm going to push the pin out, which sometimes is easier said than done. OEM pin bearing. Alright, now this piston is fine, but it's worn. There's no machine marks left on the exhaust side. There's no machine marks. It's worn. I would say throw it out. So we need a new Meteor piston for that head. Let's get this split. There's only a minor crack here on the case. It really is in a fairly insignificant spot, so I just don't think it's going to be a big deal to reuse this case. Okay. You do what you gotta do, man. So let's get the case bolts out and get it split. Those are all good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think that's it. So. One, 2, 3, 4. 5. And the 2 interior ones are out. So short one for the back. K-splitter. C-type Husky splitter. Nothing special about it. I usually put some pressure on it and then give it a whack. So this already separated, the front separated. Separating all around. Yep. Nice thing about the K-splitter is that it pulls the bearings off the crank. If you don't have a K-splitter, you can do this with just heat, but the bearings are going to stay on the crank, so then you're going to need to have a special puller for that. Boy, that's gummed up. Those bearings are gummed up. Do you have an idea when you're going to get to go home, Larry? I got to give it a good pop. There we go. If you don't want to go, and that's where you got messed up. This bearing is froze solid. So it's still press fit, which is good. It means the crank isn't ruined. If the crank was spinning on there, you'd worry that the crank is out of spec, 7 to 10 days? Okay. You going to be building more saws 7 to 10 days, Larry? Back to it, back in the saddle. Hopefully, right? Yeah, I think the crank's good. That'll go in the ultrasonic as well. Hell yeah. Good. All right. Boy, the ultrasonic is going to be working overtime. Clutch is off. Where do you start? Something like this. It's not easy. You start kind of thinking about things, and it's like, what do I do? You get lost in a hurry. That's for sure. 3mm. already used. We'll need that, but now I need M6. M6. 5mm, sorry, 5mm. There we go. That's the correct bolt here. 4mm. Yeah. Right. Chain tensioner. Yeah, they're not. Those deflectors, that's the way that they are. Weird, huh? Yeah, and this phone's shutting down. No battery. Lovely. Okay. This one, because it's a 288 XP Lite, and this one has no front AV mount, the big spring AV. So it actually does have the AV mounts here. I don't think you really need the front AV mount. Unless you're running bigger bars. Frankly, if you're running bigger bars, get a 394. You know what I'm talking about, gentlemen? Good. Again, we're for sure splitting this too, so I don't need to worry about getting this all clean. Just need to get it apart and then clean the individual parts. More. Loose, then it's easier to grab the 3mm and go for it. This bushing here, you know what, it'd be good to replace those 2XK case bushings. Rubber. Right. Let's see if this will come out. Good. A little bit. Work it. Yep, that bearing's gunk too. How we doing here? Yeah, the real reason the two saws are different, the 288 light and the regular 288, it's just that AV mount. So take your AV mount off if you want to have a light. Choke lever. Smith choke lever. So while I've got it laid over on this side, pull out the case bolts too. Pull the choke lever out first, because I can't get to this back one otherwise. There's three. Man, that's really something with Krusty's. Good. case bolts are now out. So when I get everything else apart here, I can come back and split it. This one is missing a bolt here. Air horn bolt. Loosen those now. Pull off the fuel line. See, this one just needs a new cover, I think. Or maybe just get it cleaned up. Now, this is crack here. New cover. See, and when you have something that's that far out, you really need a new pulley. So let's get a couple of fresh pulleys. But I should still be able to use the spring. Two pulleys. So if you buy the whole thing assembled, it's really expensive. If you buy just the cover, it's not bad. Hey, Mega. Let's get the pawls off here. See, this one actually has the lines here, and they seem to be fine. Just need to be cleaned up a little bit. Well, we'll put this flywheel on the beater. See, at least they're balanced. Is it ideal? No, but it'll work. Pull it up in the air and start away. crank is hard, so the nut is not. So I don't really worry about buggering the nut. I do have a flywheel puller, but the last time I tried this, it wasn't wide enough. Ooh, this is wide enough. My bad. Let's try it. This is just the cheap Chinese puller. Again, just so everybody knows, I can't see comments right now because my phone died. Came. Cool. Cool. It only works on 288 flywheels. The last one I tried it on was too small. That's great. Just get a new nut. Don't worry about it. Flywheel. See what everybody's saying. Hang on. Yeah, this is gonna get the scrub. Don't worry. So for those people that don't know, this is actually these are Band Mill Bobs, 288s. And for anybody that's wondering, yes, this is a commissioned project. I just don't want to lose the Woodruff key, and I don't want it to hang up on the seal when we try to pull it through. AV mount screws. This AV mount's broken. X spring AV. I don't know if I have any. Oh, they're both broken. So I need two. 1, 2. 2X. What is rolling around? Big fuel filter. It's a job. So this bellows is in not great shape, but it ain't terrible. So I'll save that. Guess I gotta order some parts. I need a puck fuel vent. Puck. Yeah, this is going to need to get quite a scrub before it goes back together. I would venture a guess a new carburetor for this would probably be best. Almost done here. Ta-da. Yep, another perfectly good head. That's beautiful. And this one is nice and smooth. I'm going to split it anyway. Again, all the machine marks are gone, so you might as well put a new piston in here. You could do new rings, but you're risking breaking something. So a new Meteor piston would most definitely be a good idea. At least the heads are good. That makes a huge difference in cost. So even though the bearings are fine here, I would definitely I'd split this anyway. The bearings feel good. If you look at them, ugh, yuck, you know. So all right. OEM clips. Yeah, you can see like machine marks there, but not, no, don't even, I'm not going to can it. I'm going to give that back to Bob, but don't even use that, you know. That's good. But now I can just grab my splitter and split it. I've already got the bolts out. Just going to get this split. That's nice. All the way around. Gotta take considerable cleaning. Sometimes it helps to have whack to relieve the pressure. Okay. Need to clean them up, get the bearings out. But not today. That's it. I'm calling it. We've had a long day. That's all I'm doing. It's good, man. Meteor pistons are generally regarded as good. In this case, yeah, I like the Meteor pistons. For something like this project, I like OEM heads. I just do. The OEM heads in this case are just not that much more pricey than the Meteors. So it just doesn't pay, in my opinion, to get a Meteor. I think I'd rather see an OEM on a 288. These are nice size. You want an OEM head if at all possible. Give soft opening Friday. We'll see what happens around here. I don't know. I don't know. I really don't think we're going to be going back till like June 1st, but maybe mid-May. I don't know. What else? I got a lot of cleaning to do here. And my ambition right now is low on that. So I will get these cleaned up. We'll get the bearings out eventually, put some new bearings in. And that's pretty much how it's going to go. So questions, comments, anything else? No, I don't got my job. No. I'm laid off. My job right now is to talk to Bandmail Bob about this list of parts and see what he thinks. Because obviously that's considerable. So we'll see where we end up. Yeah, hey, I'm okay. I'm not worried right now. If in another month I'm not back to doing dentistry, I think the world has much bigger problems. So right now, my job is to get chainsaws. and tools out to people. But the tools, haven't heard anything. I do need to get an update on that. I'm hoping maybe another week, maybe max 2 to actually get the big batch here. Then the next hurdle is going to be the sleeves, which I got to work on as well. So all kinds of stuff going right now. I'm anticipating on getting the 359 crankcase tomorrow or the next day, probably Wednesday. I'll get the 359 crankcase, and we're gonna get right to work on that, getting that together, or measuring it or squish or something. We're gonna do something on that. That way we can move that project forward. So, anything else? Comments, questions from you guys? Hope everybody's having a good day, and everybody's healthy and safe and all that fun stuff. And thank you especially to my two moderators, Ken and James. I don't think Ken's in the chat right now, but do appreciate having James around. And we pray for James and Larry. Hope they get better, and as well as Pat too. So yeah, I'm good. For right now, I'm good, Mega. No worries about me. I'll be okay. So I got a couple of toys for Mason to play with. We'll be doing all that fun stuff. There's a special project I'm going to do too. So I think you guys are going to like. And we're not going to talk about that yet, but it's coming. It's something interesting. So, yep, I'm good. For right now, I guess I'll work on chainsaws. No big deal. And that's pretty much that. So, questions, comments, anything else, guys? Hour and 47 minutes. Time for dinner almost. So, I'll say good night and thank you to everybody. Do appreciate it. If everybody can go to the link that James posted in the live chat here, go to the link. Click on the link. It's for HL Supply. If you end up buying any tools, then I get credit for it. It costs you nothing. So it's the best way to support the channel. That, or email me and we can talk about some crank tools, which hopefully will be featured when I put these back together. Right. These are apart. How am I going to get back together? I don't have tools. I got to get in touch with my machinist. Anyway, everybody have a great night. And we will talk to you guys as soon as I have anything else for you guys. We'll get on it. Okay? Have a great one. Later, guys. Bye.